Good morning. Here I am. 7 days later, I'm into the juicing program right now, recommended by the Gerson therapy. And what can I say? You can see the difference probably if you watched my previous video. It's like day and night. It's just simply getting these beautiful vegetables, which I'll show you, getting them nicely juiced. You've got your dill, you've got your carrots, you've got your celery, and your beets are hidden along here somewhere. And then I've got my cilantro, I've got my kale, and I've got my red apples. And I'll even throw in a green apple, which is probably going to add a little more sour to the juice. But what can I say? You can't go all sugar, right? And that's the trick to this diet, is to give your body what it needs, not what it doesn't need. So throw in a couple of good apples for good measure, and we'll see what happens in 2 more weeks. Went to see my doctor about 3 days ago. Did a comparison of my blood work from the week previous to that, when I was on full-blown chemo and diuretics and blood thinners. I mean, I was toxic and had headaches every day for up to 2 years. And the meeting was originally scheduled to get me off of hydromorphine, which is probably a very serious painkiller. It's an opiate, and the doctor was in fear that I would be becoming dependent on it. But 2 days after juicing, the headaches disappeared, and now 5 days later, I mean, my blood work is improving. First time in 2 years without any drugs, any modern medicine, which all drugs are toxic. And that's a fact. It doesn't matter. Any medicine you take is toxic. So I'm doing that along with the coffee enemas, and the coffee enemas are a huge difference as well, because you have to do not one or the other, but you have to do both. Both parts of the equation are critical, because you have to, as the Gerson therapy says, you have to deal with toxification and deficiency. And toxification is obviously get rid of the problem that's in your body, get rid of the toxins, flush them out of your system. And deficiency is get these beautiful vegetables that I'm going to be juicing in about 5 minutes, and just have to let it sit for about 12 minutes. I put a little vinegar in the water just to make sure that I clean them as much as possible. But you have to stress the fact, like I stressed earlier, you got to go organic. Even if it's 50 cents a pound more, you got to go organic. You got to seek out, that's another thing too, seek out places that are truly organic. I mean, it's easy to say you're organic and just put a label on it and stick it on, but do your research. I mean, ask questions, talk to people who are well versed on the subject, and say, look, is this a good organic store, or is this a farm that I should go to? I live in an area in Vancouver which is fairly good this way. We have UBC Organic Food Center up at UBC, which is the university, and they have a lot of very well-versed people in organics. And there's a lot of stores in the area where I live, which is close to UBC, that sell organics. So I've asked a lot of questions. I have friends who are into it, so don't be afraid to be inquisitive, because you know your health is worth $1 million, and it doesn't matter how much you spend on organics, your health is always worth more. And living a fulfilled, invigorating life, you know, disease-free, is unquestionably worth anything. I would give my right arm to be that way. But you don't have to do this in this case. All you have to do is give up a little time. It is work intensive, but hey, it's a labor of love. If you're going to be getting into something that's going to make you more productive, you're going to produce more in your life anyways. I mean, what's the point of saving time in a day when you feel like a slug and you're walking around just wishing that you could die because, you know, the medicine is toxifying you, If you are taking medicine, and if you're not, then the sickness or disease is doubly worse. So realize this, that disease does not come from aging, it doesn't come from genetics, it doesn't come from hereditary problems with your parents. It comes from bad living habits. And mainly bad living habits stem from diet. And as Hippocrates said many years ago, make thy food thy medicine, and thy medicine thy food. And your medicine is thy food, and your food is thy medicine. So remember that. What you put in is what you get out. And that applies to your attitude. I mean, if you have a shitty attitude, you're going to have a shitty outcome in your life, and it's going to show up in your physiology. So, you're basically, your physiology ends up being your physical state of being. So it's very important to be positive about this and do the work. Do the workshops online. I mean, people spend $6,000 a week to save themselves when they've been terminally ill and they've been given months to live and they have no other recourse. This is not about that. This is about you going out and spending some money, investing in yourself, investing in your loved ones, because they don't want to see you die. I mean, if you knew somebody and you're healthy and they were dying, wouldn't you want to offer this to them? Wouldn't you want to tell them, hey, listen, take a look at it. Has anybody ever died from a glass of carrot juice? No. So just think about that for a second. What's wrong with going healthy? What's wrong with thinking about your health? And what's wrong with being serious about it? Because life is a fun game, but it's no fun when you're sick. So remember what it was like when you were a kid. It was fantastic. You didn't have anything, a care in the world. You could do whatever you want. And unfortunately, you can eat whatever you want, but that's because you're young. But it does catch up with you. Those toxins build up in your liver, and your liver can't take it. So take care of your liver, and your liver will take care of you. Your liver has over 500 functions it has to take care of. It doesn't need these toxins. It doesn't need the stress. So get off your ass and do something about it. Give your body what it needs, and realize that health is wealth. And you know what? In my situation, I mean, I'm recovering. First time in 2 years. But I've been sick for 5 years. And I used to be an ultramarathon runner. I used to run 84-kilometer races in a day in my 50s. I'm 58 now. But listen, you can see the difference. The color in my face shows it all. But really, it's not just how you look. You can look great. I mean, I've seen people who look fantastic even after they're dead. But I don't want to look good in my coffin. I want to feel good. That's the key to all this. You want to feel good. You want to get out of bed with spry in your step. You want to have pep in your step. You want to have an appetite to eat good foods, not shitty foods. Stay away from the burgers, the fries, the preservatives. Stay away from any dead food, and always just hold up a piece of fruit or something in your hand and say, is this living or dead? Is this going to cleanse me or clog me? It's a simple question. It's not rocket science. I mean, try it. If you don't believe it, try it. It takes 3 weeks to cure terminal people. So if you're like semi-ill, or even as a maintenance program, do this as a daily routine. Just say, I'm going to make more than 50% of my diet living food. And if you want to have your entertainment food, okay, fine. Go out for a steak. Go out for a nice piece of fish or chicken with friends when you go over to places for dinner. Doesn't matter. But don't make that what you want to put in your fridge. Stock your fridge with these amazing gifts from the earth. This is what Mother Earth has provided us. There's a reason why these beautiful fruits and vegetables are on the planet. It's because humans survived on this thousands of years ago, and they lived quite well. They weren't meat eaters. We're not designed to be meat eaters. I mean, but yeah, we have to have an occasional piece of meat every once in a while because it's just the way society is. But don't make meat your staple diet. Don't make chicken your staple diet. Don't make fish your staple diet, because they have so many carcinogens, and your body has to work so hard, and your liver has to work so hard to take the toxins out, and they clog up your intestines. So you want to take care of your body. So go out and invest yourself in a nice little juicer like this Breville, and Get yourself these beautiful vegetables and produce yourself a nice little glass of juice. No sugar, no salt. I don't even use salt anymore, by the way. Don't need the sodium. And give yourself the gifts of life. So, this is Dean Jackson saying, to your health, to your wealth, and to your well-being, all the best. Lots of love. Namaste.